In 1995, a seemingly spiritual group's dark obsession plunged Tokyo into terror, forever marking the city's transit system with an act of unthinkable violence. Founded in 1987 by Shoko Asahara, Aum Shinrikyo began as a yoga and meditation group, promising enlightenment and salvation to its growing number of followers. Its teachings blended Buddhist and Hindu concepts with apocalyptic prophecies, attracting disillusioned youth and intellectuals, seeking meaning in a rapidly changing modern society. Asahara, claiming to be both Christ and the Buddha, amassed considerable wealth and influence, portraying himself as a divine being guiding humanity towards salvation. The group's rhetoric began to shift, incorporating more militant and anti-government sentiments, emphasizing a coming Armageddon that only Aum followers would survive. Beneath the surface of spiritual pursuit, Aum Shinrikyo was secretly developing chemical weapons, preparing for a doomsday prophecy they believed was imminent. In 1994, Aum members released sarin gas in Matsumoto, attempting to kill judges. The attack resulted in deaths and hundreds of injuries, foreshadowing greater horrors. The cult's ultimate plan was to destabilize the Japanese government and hasten the apocalypse. Their chosen instrument, the densely populated Tokyo subway system. On that fateful morning, 5 Aum cultists boarded separate subway trains, each carrying a concealed vial of the deadly nerve agent sarin gas. As the trains reached peak capacity, the perpetrators punctured the bags, releasing the odorless, colorless sarin into the crowded carriages. Panic erupted instantly. Commuters, unaware of the invisible threat, began experiencing rapid, excruciating symptoms: blurred vision, difficulty breathing, and intense nausea. Sarin, a potent nerve agent, attacks the nervous system, causing paralysis and respiratory failure within minutes of exposure for those directly hit. Within hours, stations were overwhelmed with victims. Dozens died on the trains and platforms, while thousands more suffered severe, lasting health problems. Authorities scrambled to identify the source of the attack. Early confusion and misinformation hampered the immediate response, leaving the public in a state of shock. The use of sarin gas, a weapon Aum Shinrikyo had been researching and producing, quickly pointed suspicion towards the notorious doomsday cult. Raids on Aum's compounds revealed a horrifying arsenal of chemical and biological weapons, extensive laboratories, and evidence of torture and murder within the group. Shoko Asahara was apprehended weeks later, his aura of divinity shattered. He was eventually tried and convicted for his role in the subway attack. The trials were lengthy and complex, seeking justice for the victims and accountability for the perpetrators, bringing a semblance of closure to a traumatized nation. Beyond the legal proceedings, the human cost was immense. Families mourned lost loved ones, and survivors grappled with physical and psychological scars. The Aum Shinrikyo attack served as a stark warning about the dangers of extremism and the cult-like devotion that can lead individuals to commit horrific acts. The incident prompted increased global awareness and vigilance regarding domestic terrorism, particularly the potential for non-state actors to wield weapons of mass destruction. Despite the unimaginable trauma, Tokyo's resilience shone through. The city swiftly rebuilt and continued its dynamic pace, refusing to be defined by the attack. Memorials were established, ensuring that the lives lost and the suffering endured by victims would not be forgotten, serving as an enduring testament. Yet, a lingering sense of vulnerability remained. The subway, once a symbol of efficiency, now carried a subtle undercurrent of past dread for many. Elements of Aum's warped ideology and recruitment tactics have occasionally resurfaced in fringe groups, necessitating continued vigilance against radicalization. Aum Shinrikyo stands as a chilling testament to how charismatic leadership and apocalyptic dogma can corrupt ideology and incite unimaginable violence. The Tokyo subway attack reshaped perceptions of terrorism, proving that ordinary citizens in everyday settings could become targets of devastating, calculated attacks. Investigating the phenomenon of cult loyalty revealed how individuals could be manipulated into perpetrating heinous crimes under the guise of spiritual devotion. Many survivors continue to battle long-term health issues, both physical and psychological, a constant reminder of the day their lives were irrevocably altered. Asahara's ultimate motivations remain debated, but his desire for power, control, and the fulfillment of his apocalyptic vision fueled the horrific events. The cult's sophisticated organization allowed for the mass production of sarin, recruitment of members, and execution of complex, coordinated attacks. Aum Shinrikyo employed psychological manipulation, isolating members and fostering dependency, making them susceptible to Asahara's extreme directives. The case highlights the terrifying power of ideology when combined with fanatical belief, capable of twisting morality and justifying unprecedented violence. The attack prompted governments worldwide to re-evaluate domestic security measures and the preparedness for chemical and biological threats from internal groups. Decades later, the memory of March 20, 1995, remains a somber chapter in Japan's history, a reminder of both vulnerability and collective strength. While formally disbanded, remnants and ideological successors continue to exist, albeit in a much diminished capacity, posing a diminished yet persistent concern. Many lower-ranking cult members who carried out the attack were apprehended and brought to justice, facing varying sentences for their roles. The Aum incident spurred greater public awareness of cults and their potential for manipulation, leading to improved support systems for those seeking to leave. Understanding how easily a potent chemical like sarin could be weaponized by a determined group became a critical focus for international security. Aum Shinrikyo had engaged in international activities, including attempts to acquire nuclear materials, highlighting the group's far-reaching and dangerous ambitions. The cult skillfully used propaganda, media appearances, and exaggerated claims of miraculous powers to recruit new members and maintain adherence. Followers often surrendered their assets, jobs, and personal relationships, becoming entirely dependent on the cult for their social and emotional needs. Asahara's prophecies of impending doom and nuclear war instilled intense fear, a primary motivator for many followers to embrace the cult's extreme measures. The meticulous planning and execution of the subway attack demonstrated a level of organizational capacity and fanaticism rarely seen in domestic terror. Emergency services worked tirelessly, clearing stations and treating victims, transforming the normally bustling city into a scene of crisis and medical response. Key members of Aum's inner circle were instrumental in developing the chemical weapons and executing the operational planning for the attack. During his trial, Asahara maintained a detached demeanor, often feigning madness or silence, attempting to evade responsibility for his actions. The public reaction was a mixture of horror, anger, and disbelief, leading to a demand for accountability and stringent measures against such groups. Post-attack, security protocols and public transport systems globally were significantly enhanced, incorporating more rigorous surveillance and emergency response plans. Aum Shinrikyo's core message, twisted by Asahara, promised liberation from suffering but ultimately delivered unimaginable pain and destruction to thousands. The story of Aum Shinrikyo serves as a perpetual reminder of the thin line between devotion and destruction, faith and fanaticism. Understanding the psychological pathways that lead individuals to join extremist groups remains a crucial challenge for preventing future tragedies. The cult's ability to operate sophisticated labs and produce lethal agents underscored a vulnerability in systems meant to monitor and control dangerous materials. The cult's pervasive influence over its members' lives highlights the dangers of unchecked authority and isolation from external societal norms. For some survivors and former members, the journey involves seeking personal peace and helping others avoid similar paths, a testament to resilience. The Tokyo subway attack remains etched in the collective memory, a tragic episode that tested the spirit and resolve of a major global metropolis. International cooperation and information sharing are vital in identifying and neutralizing threats posed by extremist organizations wielding dangerous technologies. Aum Shinrikyo's actions serve as a case study in the dangers of unchecked cults and the devastating potential of radical ideologies in the modern world. The need for societal awareness, critical thinking, and robust security measures remains paramount in guarding against similar acts of terror. The Aum Shinrikyo attack is a somber reminder that even in the heart of peace, hidden dangers can emerge, demanding our constant attention and preparedness. Let this tragic event serve as a powerful lesson. The pursuit of peace requires unwavering vigilance and a collective commitment to safety.